The fact that you are alive, is it a rahmah? Is it a mercy from Allah? How many times did we hear on the news that there was a car accident? Someone drowned in their pool. We know that the rahmah and mercy of Allah is continuous. Just that reality of one aspect of a characteristic of the Creator of the heavens and the earth, this is something that will increase the love of the slave, of the creation towards the Creator. The minnah, the bestowing of His blessings upon you. If you were to sit back, for those that you have children, or younger brothers, or sisters, you see that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given you a child without your own intervention. You have no control over it. Understanding this manifestation of His actions again is what will increase the love of the slave. And the scholars talk about when you hear or see something that is beloved, it will cause your heart to move. When you love something, you act in a manner that is conducive to that thing. But it can go too far over the bounds sometimes, or it can be obsession. This is why when Allah mentions the people that hear the Quran, وَجِلَتْ قُلُوبُهُمْ, that their hearts tremble. And again, if you have true love of this thing, it will show. Also, when having this love, it can lead to, or it's another tariq, or another way, is dhulmun kamil, humility. Once you recognize the greatness of Allah, the love of Allah, and as I mentioned to the sisters, there was a conference a week ago, the concept of Allah's jealousy. That Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is more jealous over the mu'minat, the ummahat al-mu'mineen, the Muslim women, more than anyone else or anything else. His jealousy is greater than the jealousy of their own father, grandfather, anyone. If that reality, if that is understood by the brother or sister, especially the sister in Islam, whenever Allah asks them or orders them to do something or stay away from it, understanding that general principle of ghira, of his abd, of his slave, they will love him and they will rush to implement what he wants them to do or stay away from. Because we have perceptions and emotions, but they need to be triggered in a manner that is befitting for us in this life and in the next. So having this humiliation or humility towards Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is when you have this love of Allah, understanding His greatness will lead you to be more humble towards Him. It will cause you to realize that you are nothing in this life. And this is why the scholars are the best of creation after the prophets. The prophets and the companions. And they're the best of scholars. Because the more knowledge that they attain of the religion, of what Allah wants from them, of the deen of Allah, how perfect the religion is, they understood how little they knew. And I don't even want to say how little of Islam they knew. How little of life that they knew. That they knew nothing. That Allah's knowledge is so infinite and incomparable, to where when He tells you to do something, you should automatically say, the one that created everything, that knows everything, that knows what's in my heart, He is the one that is ordering me to do this. So I'll ask Him to increase me in my love of Him to where I will do it voluntarily and have nafsul mutma'inna when doing it. A tranquil soul when doing it. When having these two brothers and sisters, love of Allah and humility towards Him, this will lead to al-iftiqar, to where you will feel in total deprivation of Allah. You will feel deprived if you are not in a state of servitude towards Him. To where if you do something and it is without Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's guidance, or it was without an intention that was for Allah, you will feel that you are missing something. How many of you, when you miss the Fajr prayer on time, not even in the masjid, you wake up and the sun is shining in your face, you feel that you've lost something. You really sincerely feel that you've lost something. When there is an action of worship that Allah loves, and you know that He loves, because any action that is obligatory is an action that Allah loves. When that action is deficient on your part, you feel that you have lost something. To where if you do not perform it, you will feel that you are totally doomed. And this is the basis of what is called a nafs. The soul, for lack of better words. The soul, the thing that is what is inside of our vessels, the body. That thing that if it is taken out of our body, the person will say that person is dead. They are not alive. And the nafs, the soul, cannot be translated to mean one specific word, but just to get the general understanding. Brothers and sisters, in this month of Ramadan, it is a matter of control. Voluntary deprivation for spiritual conditioning. You are voluntarily depriving yourself of physical, tangible things in order to reach something that is not tangible, something that you cannot touch, cannot see. It is beyond this life. And this concept, especially when told to someone that doesn't know what Islam is, or someone that is confused in their life, they see it as something magnificent, or they may see it as something weird. But in both situations, it is beyond them. So when having this iftiqar and deprivation, you are physically hungry, but you are feeding the soul by the actions of worship of the heart. Now when you think about those people that are hungry all over the world involuntarily, you remember the risk of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, that He has provided you with food. He has provided you with health to where you can perform those actions of worship. To touch on the nafs, brothers and sisters, the aspect of the soul, in the Quran, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He mentions the basis of mankind when it comes to our souls. What is the basis of mankind when it comes to our souls? Anyone know? Anyone? Is it successful? Are we losers? Or what? And explain that to me. Anyone?
If we make it an agenda, that's success. If we don't, that's failure.
Say it again.
If we make it an agenda, it's success. If we don't, it's failure.
Okay, but before we get to Jannah or hellfire, like in this life, our nafs, does everyone understand my question? Our nafs, our soul, what is the basis of it? Will it lead us to that which is good? Or will it lead us to that which is not?
It will lead us to that bad.
It will lead us to that which is?
Bad.
Bad. What's your name, brother?
Navid.
Navid, you just made a claim. You have to support that claim.
Because our nafs is always trying to lead us towards bad. We're always in constant battle to try to. That's how Allah created us. We're always trying to get closer to Him, but our nafs is always saying, "No, go ahead, do this. Give in to our desires. Give in to what things that we aren't supposed to do that aren't pleasing in our eyes." We're always fighting this.
Mashallah. Exactly. I'm gonna pick on a young kid. Yahya. What's up? Assalamu alaikum. What's going on, my feet? How you doing, man? You good? You know Surah Al-Asr? The chapter of Asr?
Yes.
Okay. Bismillah. Go right your head. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Let's recite Surah Al-Asr. Bismillah. Bismillah. Okay. Let me get the one in the back with the green shirt. Yes, you're back against the wall. Yes, you looking at your green and orange lettered shirt. Yes, you. Point to yourself. You are the man. I wish we had a spotlight. Yes, the one looking to his left. Yes, wal asr. What does that mean? Can you translate that?
The prayer, I guess.
Good try. By the time, even the next verse. إِنَّ الْإِنسَانَ لَفِي خُسْرٍ. Which one of you brothers in the young brothers in the corner can translate that? The one in the corner, don't look back at the corner. There's nobody in back of you. Huh? He can? Translate it. You can't? No, that's not the translation. He said, إِنَّ الْإِنسَانَ لَفِي خُسْرٍ. Okay, yeah, what is insan? You know what insan means? Oh, now he raises his hand. The corner watcher. Go ahead. People, yes, mankind. That's what we have. Nas, insan. Right? And so we say the origin of this nas comes from a nisyan, like to forget. There's the actual beautiful little sharing, as you can say, where it says, لَقَدْ نَسِيتُكَ فَاغْتَفَرْ فَإِنَّ أَوَّلَ نَاسٍ. Verily I've forgotten about you, so forgive me. For verily the first man forgot. Adam alayhi salam. What happened? Shaitan ordered him to do what? To eat the what? The forbidden fruit. And he forgot. Inna awwala nasin, verily the first of men, nasin. Okay, Yahya, we're back on you, Shaykh. So what do we say? We said, Inna al-insana lafi khusr. So verily mankind is at loss. Right? Next verse. Yes, except for those إِلَّا الَّذِينَ آمَنُوا. Except for those who, what? Anyone? Believed, have faith. وَتَوَاصَوْا بِالْحَقِّ. And they remind each other, they give wasiyah. وَتَوَاصَوْا بِالْحَقِّ. And they remind each other of that which is what? In truth. وَتَوَاصَوْا بِالصَّبْرِ. And they remind each other of patience. So what is the basis of mankind? What's the basis of the nafs? Huh? Khusr. Loss. Your desires. When you want to do something. When you want to, and I'm not pointing any of y'all in the back, play basketball when it's time for salah. It's USA game now playing, right? It's USA team now, right? Right? Yeah. And the gang back there is USA, right? Come on, don't be shy. I know it's USA playing. Is USA playing Dominican Republic? They played them yesterday. And it's time for the prayer. Your desire, you want to keep playing that game because right now, you know, you got LeBron playing, and then you got, what's his name, Durant. You got Harden. Some people think, is he Muslim or not? He's got a mohawk too. Right? It's time for the prayer, but you want to go ahead and play basketball. A desire is calling to you to continue playing basketball, and you answer the call to that desire. Therefore, you leave off what you know Allah wants from you, and you continue to play basketball. Right? So this nafs will call you to do that which is destructive to you or for you. Destructive. Unless you tame it by which Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, by what Allah orders you to do and to stay away from. That's why He made the exception. The exception. إِلَّا الَّذِينَ آمَنُوا وَعَمِلُوا الصَّالِحَاتِ. Except for those who do good deeds, or who believe and do good deeds, and remind those in truth, and remind those. How many individuals here are Bayina graduates or went to Bayina? Okay, beautiful. We know that in Arabic there's the istithna, right? What kind of istithna is this?
Here's the first part.
The exception. Illa.
Yeah.
Istithna.
What about?
Al-mufarrad. So whatever you make the exception of,